Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness, people eat those. Imagine going back to a simpler time. That's right, I'm talking about 2011 when cooking and kitchen hacks were all the rage. I'm gonna share a few that I've actually saved up over the years that I think are genuinely useful and not terribly commonly well known. Let's get started with hack number 1. If you live in a dry climate like I do, brown sugar, no matter what you do to it, it dries out. And this is a great example because it has been drying out for probably a couple years. This is the block I'm dealing with, and it's been broken up because I took half of it out of the bag. This is not how brown sugar is supposed to behave. It's supposed to be soft, and you have to pack it down into a cup. This is turned into bricks. You can't do anything with this. The hack, though, is that this sugar is not ruined. It is completely salvageable. It's like this because all of the moisture went out of it. So what we have to do is find a way to put the moisture back into it. Yes, we could just run it under the sink, but that's just going to dissolve the sugar. We need to add it a little bit at a time, slowly, to bring it back to a good consistency. To rehydrate our brown sugar, we need to put it in a container with something that has extra moisture that the sugar can steal off of it. My favorite way to do this is these little terracotta, they're often bear-shaped, but they come in lots of different shapes, and the idea is that you soak them in water, they absorb the water, and then they'll slowly release it in whatever container they're in. After letting this sit for a few minutes, it's nice and permeated with water, and we can put it into our bag. Now, if you don't have one of those little pieces of terracotta, there's a few other things you can use. Wet paper towel. Or you can just use a piece of bread. This isn't my favorite because once the moisture is out of it, then it's, dried up and gross and not good to eat. So it's kind of like a waste of bread a little bit, but it does work. You may just need to switch out to a new piece of bread every couple days while it's rehydrating the sugar. As an example, I took a piece of this same brown sugar from this same package and I put it in this bag with the little terracotta bear 2 days ago. Let's see how different it is after just 2 days. So this is what it was like 2 days ago. Really no moisture at all in this sugar. Now let's see if it'll even, okay, it does still hold itself together. Oh, but you can see it's like already squishing some stuff that fell off. Okay, here we go. That is back to the texture we want to see in brown sugar. You can see how it kind of comes off in those sheets. If we take some of it in our hands, we can squish it and compact it back down together. That's what brown sugar is supposed to do. So I would be surprised if after only 2 days, the moisture has permeated all the way into the center, but I don't know, we're actually doing pretty good here. Before I knew about this, I threw away brown sugar after it got too dry just because I thought like, oh, I try and make cookies and I just can't. You can restore it, you can save it. And you could eat it. Talking about food and kitchen hacks, my usual breakfast is cereal, which I admit is not always the healthiest option, but there is a good hack from today's sponsor to make your cereal way better for you. Our sponsor is Magic Spoon. So many food options at the store are packed with things we don't need, like tons of sugar and artificial ingredients. Magic Spoon is here to fix that. They have a whole lineup of protein-packed options to help everyone fuel their lifestyle. Look at their delicious cereals, for example. Now, as a big fan of cereal myself, like I said, I eat cereal almost every day, Magic Spoon cereal gives me 13 to 14 grams of protein with simple, high-quality ingredients while also having 0 sugar per serving. Something I really love are the flavor options. Between Magic Spoon's cereals and treat bars, they have tons of delicious flavors like fruity or cocoa or frosted cereal. It's like the treats I had in my youth, just better and no artificial ingredients. Magic Spoon is giving us the great taste we've come to love with a whole lot more protein and a lot less sugar. And since Magic Spoon cereal only has 4 to 5 net grams of carbs per serving, all of these are great options for a variety of diets and health goals. Magic Spoon gives you a way to enjoy cereal and treat bars while also giving the body what it actually needs. So click the link in the description or go to magicspoon.com/NFTI or scan the QR code on the screen for $5 off. Go try this deliciousness yourself. This is a great hack. Kitchen and cooking hack number 2. This is something I shared on a short because it absolutely blew my mind how well it works. All you need for it is parchment paper and something thin like a piece of cardboard with a nice straight edge on it. This is perhaps the most ingenious cleaning hack I have ever seen. It's for cleaning up sauces that get spilled on your counter. So I don't know, maybe you just have terrible aim with your hot dog, maybe you've got children in the house, somehow, let's say, some sauce gets spilled onto your counter. Ketchup, for example. Oh no, there's a bunch of ketchup on my counter. Here's what we do. We have our piece of cardboard, we have our piece of parchment paper. We're going to wrap it around, and what we're going to do is we're going to move the piece of cardboard while pulling gently on the parchment as we approach the spilled ketchup. Start near the edge here, we're just gonna move into the ketchup. And that's right, it picks it up. It picks all of it. It got all of the ketchup. Look, it's still in the same shape. Oh, I touched it. Let's pick up that little bit. Whoop! It picks it up. It's magic. It's not magic, but it feels like magic. All right, there's my name, Nate, in cursive. It's flawless, as you can see. Let's see if I can get the whole name picked up here. Just gone from the counter, all of it on the parchment paper. I don't know, maybe I'm the only one who's endlessly amused by this, but I think this is the coolest thing I've ever seen for cleaning, compared to nothing. It's just blows my mind. All right, hack number 3. This hack is more of a cooking-ware or blender-ware hack, I guess. These older school or lower cost blenders that have just the removable bladed base, almost always this base is compatible with the threads on a standard large mason jar. Now, obviously, if you want to try this, you should test and make sure that your machine is actually making a watertight seal with a jar before you fill it with something and just turn it on. But, you know, they have like the special blender bottle blenders that, you know, it's like, oh, it keeps it all in the one container. Well, here it is, all in the one container. Now, if you are nervous about this, because this is thinner glass walls than your standard blender, you can wrap a piece of cloth around it to contain it. But yes, this is my standard mason jar, blending up my smoothie. There you go, right in the container. And if you're not ready to drink it, throw the lid on. It's good to go. Now we've got kitchen and cooking hack number 4. Let's say you're prepping a meal, you've got delicious smelling things like onions and garlic, and you're just chopping them up. Yeah, proper food prep. Oh yeah, onions, that's how you cut onions, with the peel still on. That's how you do it. Oh, chopping up garlic also with some of the peel on. And as you're doing that, it just gets all over your hands. You've got the garlic and the onion, and they just get all over your hands. Now, your hands, they start to smell. And even if you wash them with water, they still smell like onions and garlic. Onions and garlic, the smell, it lingers. There are lots of things that we cook that might leave strange smells on our hands. Oh man, the onions get in my eyes. The hack is an unusual way to get rid of those smells. Stainless steel is about 10.5% chromium by weight, and chromium will actually bond with a lot of the volatile compounds that cause the bad smells that stick to our hands. So we can actually just rub our hands all over something that's stainless steel, and it will help remove those smells. It does a surprisingly good job at it, in fact. Some of you in the comments may be interested to know how this stacks up against, you know, dish soap. And yeah, frankly, dish soap also does a really good job of removing these smells from your hands. So if you're just in your home kitchen and you have soap, you can use that. But I don't know, I've run into times where I didn't have soap, but I could find a spoon and just with a little bit of water, rub that on my hands, and it does in fact help remove the smell. Kitchen and cooking hack number 5. This one is a little bit different. This is different because it is something I have read but not personally tested yet, and I want to do a test. This is a habanero pepper. I am very intolerant to spice. Like, I like a little, you know, chipotle peppers, that's about the maximum of my spiciness tolerance. This is way past it. And no, I'm not about to just eat this whole thing. The idea is that the capsaicin, the chemical that creates the spicy response in our mouths, is oil soluble. So while water does a terrible job of getting it off of things like your fingers, oil can actually do a better job. So what I'm actually going to do is cut into this pepper, get some of it on my fingers, wipe it off with a paper towel, and then I'm going to test using oil on one finger and soap on another to see which does a better job of removing the spiciness, which will be judged by me licking the finger and seeing how spicy it is. There it is on my fingers. Okay, as a test, a control, I'm just gonna... Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness, people eat those. I barely touched it to my tongue, a finger that had just been touching the peppers. Oh, I'm so intolerant to spicy foods. All right, both of my fingers are well covered. So now, like I said, soap on one finger, oil, just cooking oil on the other to see how it does. I'm gonna start by wiping it with a paper towel though. Oh, people who eat spicy foods are insane. Just gonna start with some Dawn dish soap. Oh, it's in the air. Is this because I turned the water on? Might be dying. Oh, goodness. Okay. Okay. Now for the other finger, just rub the oil on and then pull it off with the paper towel. I'll start with the soapy one to see how that is. It's a lot better than before I washed it when I did my original test. There was more surface area contact on that lick and I got way less of a pain response. So it's not gone. That was definitely still spicy. If I touched my eyes with this, I'd probably just die, but it was way less. So now the oil one, I am very nervous for this. I'm just gonna make sure I don't want the oil to dissolve the capsaicin, but then stay on my finger. That's like the worst of all worlds. Okay, oil, here goes. It's definitely still spicy. More or less than the soap. It's way less than the control. So I think it helped, but I do not think it helped more than the soap. The soap is also designed to break down oils, so I think it does help remove the capsaicin pretty well, but both helped noticeably. And lastly, kitchen and cooking hack number 6, leftover pizza. Now, if you like cold pizza, this is the easiest life hack ever. Eat and enjoy your cold pizza. Personally, I enjoy reheating my cold pizza. From the day that you order the pizza until a day or two later, whenever you get around to eating the rest of it, it's not gonna stay the same, especially if you leave it in the cardboard box that it comes in. One of the biggest changes is that it dries out. There is moisture in pizza and it escapes. At first it escapes in the form of steam. You see it, you smell it, you love it. Then it just evaporates and it's less exciting to see, but it keeps happening. So no matter how you want to reheat your pizza, a good rule is to add some moisture back into it. And honestly, the easiest way to do that is to just get it wet. That's right, just run your pizza underwater before you reheat it. Don't just like quickly get it in there and let it go. Like, you want it to actually absorb a little bit of that water. This applies to however you want to reheat it. Are you gonna throw in the oven, a toaster oven, air fryer, even a frying pan? All of those methods will benefit from having your pizza be a little wet before you heat it up. We've got our dry pizza. We've got our pizza that I ran underwater. You can still see there is just water on the crust and the cheese. It's literally dripping. I'm gonna air fry both of these for 5 minutes. We'll see how they look. We have here our 2 pieces of pizza, the one that had water and the one that did not. And the first immediate clue is that the one that was not re-wetted is a lot more burned back here on the crust. We've got some color on this one, but it's not burned. I think the other main test is the fact that this is like solid, whereas this actually has some softness to it. And yes, this is a bigger piece of pizza, but even if I hold it in the middle, you can see how it's drooping. The crust is not nearly so dried out, and it's way more similar to the texture it was when it was first delivered. It's hot, it tastes good, and it doesn't have a weird dried out, burned, crispy texture to it. It's still good, it's reheated pizza, but the texture is different. I think it also comes out chewier and not in a good way, like, oh, it's kind of hard to chew now. Overall, getting the pizza wet before you reheat it allows steam to be created, which penetrates nicely into the pizza, both the crust and the toppings at least a little bit, to give you a much more similar texture to how it was when it was fresh. There you go, everyone, my 6 cooking and kitchen hacks that I have found actually do work and are pretty uncommon. Let me know down in the comments if there are any of these you already knew, and I want to hear if you have any others that maybe I haven't heard of. Maybe I want to try this again. Huge thank you shout out to all of my supporters on Patreon. I do post a lot of behind the scenes stuff for some of my videos and projects, so if you're interested in seeing that, you should check it out.